Welcome to the Fire Rises mod in HOI4, a modern day scenario where LARPers. That's the end of that sentence. Today I'm going to be playing as one of the nations in the Second American Civil War. Not one of the big dogs like the Union of America. I'm saving that special hyped schizopath for a later time. Oh, just you wait, Cognoscenti. I will enjoy my pleasure with you. And we're also not playing some obscure nation like the Atomwaffen division. We are not playing that today. Some life advice. If you meet someone talking about the Atomwaffen division for more than 5 seconds, run. No. Today, my friends, we are playing as the American People's Liberation Army that starts out in California. I'm specifically going down the anarchist path, the anarcho-communist path. So, our plans is that after the collapse of the USA, our goal is to forcefully unite everyone again. Just so we can, again, make it worse. Sounds wonderful. Since I'm going to be tag switching, I don't think anything pre the American Civil War actually matters. I know that research is inherited, but I'm not sure if factories are passed down. It would be really funny though. I'm basically giving my child all my money. A nepo baby. Like when Harry Potter enters the Gringotts vault. California, you should know. You were always my favorite child. Yeah, and then there's really nothing else I can do. I'll see you guys again in around 2 years. There's gonna be some COVID cases, so I'll just send everything to California. The worldwide financial crisis, and the army ceases communications. Now, I've, as you can see, elected Joe Biden. I've tried to buff him as much as I can because he seems to be the weakest whenever I play. Here we go, we start with an economy of 400 billion. And did our factories carry over? I don't think they did. Maybe? No, that's 1 slot out of 5. Definitely not. That is kind of insane if it does work. And just produce... Do we not have any military organizations? Yeah, okay, what's my starting army? Militia and motorized militia. I think I just have to pick which path to go. The Jacobins have emerged from the material realities of the workers' struggle in USA, combining American patriotism with socialism, the Octoberists, and the anarchists and the neo-socialists. The anarchists are the most radical group of them all, wishing to see the immediate transition to communism, skipping the stage of socialism. So what I'm gathering is that the American People's Liberation Army is just a melting pot of socialists, like in Eastern mythology where you put a bunch of venomous insects inside a pot, and then they all fight to the death to see who becomes the strongest. Oh, we had more divisions. That's a lot. You're not an anarchist. You are. I can buy some homemade firearms. Of course, let's turn off that. We don't have any debt, so we don't need to pay it off at the moment. We have no government. We have a chaotic economy, chaos. Maybe not having such a concise, clear goal is not very good. We have medium leftists in unity, drug trade, poor popular support, high reactionary resistance, coffee house socialism. What would the conversations even be between members of the same party? Hello, I'm Jimmy. I'm a neo-socialist. What's that? You're a staunch National Socialist? I assume COVID did also not matter at all. That just disappeared with the American Civil War. Oh, luckily they still have the oil crisis. And apparently we don't have the oil crisis, but everyone else has. Oh yeah, I completely forgot that we all declared at the same time. I'll have to endure through the lag. You can get a bit more creative. That's just an upside American flag. Is that the best San Jose could do? I'll just progress the game, I don't care if I lose some territory. And we're getting volunteers from Nicaragua. Why Nicaragua of all nations? Because they're authoritarian socialists, shouldn't Mexico also help me out? Help the struggle, you know? We're obviously going to take out, that's Oakland, there's nothing there, and San Jose. For now we just take 1 step at a time. That's, oh, we get even more volunteers. All I can really do right now is just wait. A privately owned world can never be a free world, and a society based upon warring classes cannot stand. Eugene Debs had uttered these words over 100 years ago, and in front of a crowd of communist delegates from all over the country, representing a broad front of leftist organizations, they were uttered again in the Declaration of the United Front. They will lay their differences aside as the revolution rages along the West Coast. And we get a government. 1 anarchist, what are you in charge of? The economy, what the fuck is that decision? We're open to everyone, but I think we all understand what we all stand for. I mean, what else would they be useful for though? Foreign minister? Our economy is definitely free-falling. Did I missee that? That looked like... It's not the guy that owns an island. It looked very close though. Armed reinforcements arrive. Thank you for the free money, we get some decisions. American Workers' Congress, and here we lobby for the anarchists. What's our current popularity? 19%. We got a mechanized brigade too. Not too shabby. Well, I just want to see, did we not capitulate San Jose? We did. Okay, what's the next easiest target? Definitely the Black Gorilla family. Hell's Angels. Why are we just gangs in the West? The Norteños, the Sureños, and in Hollywood we have the Bloods. And in San Diego, that's the state of California. How are you measuring up to these gangs? How did the gangs mobilize 100,000 men compared to the state of California? That something is not adding up. Surprisingly enough, we have the resources to attack everyone at once. Maybe not the state of California. I'd rather take them on later. I don't really want a border with California. We defeated the Norteños. What's next? The Sopranos? Honestly, I think this mod would add that. Or Sereno, sorry, not the Sopranos. It would be nice if California could take out my neighbor. I thought they would do it, that's why I didn't push on them. I'm just gonna keep attacking until my tank becomes available again. Pretty sure I just need San Rafael. And then nice. We capitulate them. And we get we get support from North Korea. That's how you know we're on the good side. We got supported by one of the nations with democratic in their names. That must mean we are democratic. Santa Rosa has finally fallen. And while the battle for the city had been raging on for several long days, the fighting ended abruptly once our forces had reached for the center of the city. I like them because that makes us more popular. What are my anarchists doing? The Cat Girl Brigade? And then the Jacobins names their the John Brown Brigade? At least the John Brown Brigade would bring them some supporters. But the Cat Girl Brigade? Come on! And the Cat Girl Battalion, I'm gonna actually shoot myself in the face. Let's blame the Jacobins. And then lobby for my beautiful anarchists. Was that the Atomwaffen division getting defeated? Okay, those LARPers are gone today. We're supposed to keep moving towards a decentralist organization. And if we go as left as possible, we get elected. So let's support local militias. California State Militia evacuates populations. They have been our fiercest opponents. I wouldn't really know because I've just been seeing fucking mountains. None of these are great, but division attack is always useful. Formation of the youth brigades, and why is... I can't with this faction anymore. This must be the anarchists with the cat girls. As the flames of the Second American Civil War engulf the nation, a new generation rises from the ashes. Oh my god guys, I think I just got a quadruple kill. My KD ratio is insane. An old communist fighter for pro-Russian Donbas republics announces intentions to join our forces. Where do you even find these people? I'm genuinely curious. About time I produced something else now. Like some self-propelled guns instead of artillery. Chinese Special Forces lands. The numbers are small. And very not necessary when we have won. Victory Parade in Sacramento. We move our capital to Sacramento. And we unlock the focuses convene the Workers' Congress. It's as I was expecting, you just pick the anarchists here. That's an easy path. Is it a smart idea to go down this as early as possible? Any monthly modifiers? We can legalize victimless crimes. That gives me a good monthly modifier. Let's allow some weed, man. Give them the right to freely exercise control over their own actions. Well, yeah, that's for later. Legalize drugs? Yep, that's our anarchists. That's all you need to know. But we can hire Chinese arms manufacturers and they give me a free military factory. And as one of you guys pointed out in the comments, I'm supposed to be producing FIVs and not APCs. If bill passes, we can allow drugs. Drug trade is a very horrible modifier. I mean, yeah, allowing drugs. Our monthly development, what's it currently at? We're negative in everything. It is expensive to run a revolution. But are we creating a drug empire in our nation? There was someone named Mr. White in our government, I'm pretty sure. Watch him start making meth. At any point it could happen. Let's do it because there's an option to modify it. And a consumer goods factor. We'll just keep working on our economy. I really wish I hadn't gone that hard on decentralized economy yet. That messes up our entire construction speed. Trump and Biden is already at war. I definitely made my army way too big. I do want a matriarchy for that factory output, and I do want general exemptions for that political power and monthly development. I really need that instead of no draft exemptions. And there goes the Patriot Front against the USA. And I also want to change to a disarmed nation for more factory output. But if I do that at that point, I'm not Russia or China, so I won't have anything left in my army. It'll just be an empty revolution. That's the economic tree done. More poverty development and monthly poverty development. They're as long as the base game HOI4 focus trees. Almost all of these took 70 days. Why are we so slow? A reflection of our bureaucracy? We're so chaotic we have to convene with everyone. At least I can hire more Chinese manufacturers for cheap. Yep, Biden has lost. I was expecting too much from a man with dementia. One of the first questions asked when writing the new constitution of the Second American Revolution is the role of the executive. A divisive issue among all political factions. 3 main proposals have been proposed. The first is to yeah, we don't care about them. We care about the Anarchist proposal. Finally, the Anarchist proposal is to strip away most, if not all, power away from the executive and transfer it over to the Workers' Congress. Well, okay. To abolish the Supreme Court. Ah, yes. Done with everything. Death to the unelected courts. I need to sort out my military as soon as possible. All these infantry divisions are just to cover ground. Once I have manpower, I'm just going to be producing mechanized divisions. They're basically there to be an image for the people, so they believe they are doing something. So apparently the YouTuber Vosh died after fucking a horse? If you think this is schizophrenic, search up the Enum Class 6 case, otherwise called Mr. Hands. This is not something that's completely out of pocket. That's newsworthy. Let's pick the popular front because it's the right path, and we complete that immediately. I'll switch to the disarmed military now for more factory output, and I'll also create my division. 6 FIVs and 2 self-propelled artillery. We are living in an era of socialist liberation, and it emanates from every citizen. That's good to hear. I need to start the wars now. You see, the issue is, while I've been working on my economy, Trump here just has become insanely strong. Let's go with anarcho-syndicalism. And I assume this is it. Unify the West. We get some claims. And Operation Chocolate Mint. Is our entire faction made up of teenagers? Begin the let's create a united front too. Invite fellow socialists. We declare on the Northwest Imperial Territory. Okay, yeah. And since I don't want to deal with mountains, let's put our motorized on the coast. Please, Trump. Yes, good Patriot Front. Good. I'll join as soon as I can. Together we stand. Divided we fall. And there's no response. Can we even... Is there any socialist left? Just the Southwestern Tribal Authority. International Volunteers is incredible for our manpower, since I'm on disarmed military for that factory output. Nice, not good, we broke through. Okay, not where I wanted to break through, but we did. Is my military really that sucky? I know it's just like volunteers and all. My infantry suck, I'll send out half-trained mechanized division. 30%, this is way too many manpower losses. Or we can sneak in from the north. That division is sleeping. I think it threw the entire war. It threw the war! Let's begin operation... Is this mountainous? Desert. Let's do Mexico first. We must allow all people to rule themselves. If that means more divisions, sure, I'll follow your lead. I also really gotta change my division. Look at that terrible infantry. How did I survive with this? Just lacking a bit of manpower. That's fine, we'll create some volunteers and disband them for manpower. Oh wait, what? I'm already at war with... No, I'm genuinely fucked. I did not think that would happen. Okay, I have to defend my borders immediately. Who am I at? Where do I have to defend? And then we rush through Mexico and capitulate them. If Mexico doesn't fall, we are losing. Go, my mechanized.
Go!
Yeah, what he said. What have I gotten myself into? But this is more fun. More of a challenge than just waiting for the Patriot Front and Biden to beat Trump. This way, we might actually be able to lose. Why is Mexico not surrendering? What do they have? What the hell does New Mexico have? I have almost all the... Oh... My mechanized are doing good work. But that won't be enough to capitulate New Mexico. They still have double my manpower. The Patriot Front has to do some work. I'm currently being cracked open like an egg. I don't really like this situation. It seems that Texas does also not have that many divisions on their home territory. If I send out 2 more mechanized divisions, I may have enough time to capitulate them. It's a very big gamble, which may not pay off. I don't have enough time to take Texas. We go back to defending. I have a different plan now. Let's take out the Western military administration. Minus 30% consumer goods factor. That's incredible, but that's gonna take 105 days. I need something now. 150 political power. We can change our conscription with that. So I'll change it back to what I originally started with. Introduce conscription. Does change my conscription first of all. And I do want to change to fierce training program for better division organization. I'd rather have some attack on the divisions I already have, instead of more divisions that are just gonna die quicker. Oh, we also have Florida on our side. That didn't last long, because now the Patriot Front of course declares on Florida. They were a good ally. Why would you do this? All alone on the Western Front again. I have to pull back. All I wish is that you let me connect 2 spots. And then we have a massive encirclement on our hands. Oh, we got it! Get me back my factories. But they encircled themselves for some reason. They thought they could win by just taking my capital. That's not how this game works. There's a city named Groom Lake. If I ever visit the USA, I want to see the demographic of that city. My main bottleneck right now is my manpower. Funnily enough, I should not have switched to a dissolved nation. But it did give me some factory output, and I'm proud of it. Let's see, if I get the single tile, that's an encirclement, isn't it? Because we're allied with whoever this is. Sure, okay buddy. Couldn't help yourself, could you? They're being way too bold for someone about to be encircled. And then we just, since I don't have that many divisions, we just abandoned what I took. Good! That's what we like to see, my friend. Ignore my losses, it's just my volunteers. It comes with the work. 5 HP and 5 coordination, and 1 more decision. That's it. 20 divisions. Looks like that's not a good opportunity to encircle them. I think they ran out of divisions. 146. It's just a Groom Lake. No one wants to be in Groom Lake. That's why it's open. Now I can finally do something. This should be an easy win from here on out. Both factions have an equal amount of manpower. And since I am hopefully smarter than the AI, it should be a steamroll from here on out. The only mistake I did was switching down my conscription. That has fucked me over the entire game so far. But I don't regret it. I don't regret a single thing. I play for the fun of the game, not because of some meta. Ooh, needing men on the field? No, let's just put a gun down and then tell an AI to shoot it by themselves. That's the real meta. The Patriot Front did pretty much nothing. I'm disappointed. I thought you were stronger. Goodbye. 4,000 guns. And since Wash isn't really doing anything, I'm gonna do Operation Rocky Road and delete them off the map. A Bastion of Freedom, 10 factory output, and more revolution progress. I gotta change my conscription again, unfortunately. So we just have to defend them. I can actually attack with my mechanized. They are fine. It's just that I don't have any much infantry equipment. This is what we call a one-sided massacre. Just watch the Patriot Front become the strongest nation on planet Earth just because I won. Like, they haven't done anything this war. And I swear, they're gonna actually lock in just to destroy me. And then I can start doing the workers' army, which gives me a recruitable population factor. More population. Just what I need. That's 97% towards capitulation. We can push. I'm gonna spawn some mechanized. Get the victory points before the Patriot Front does. That useless bastard. Anarchism seems to be going down the path of decolonization. But I also want to core everything. Reintegrate. I need more compliance. Maybe I might be able to reintegrate later on. And then here comes the Patriot Front 2. Is it because we border each other? Absolutely terrible decision from him. Why he didn't want to wait is beyond me. And I get volunteers from China because he declared on me. 13 divisions. Why thank you, China? I got the majority of the points. Yeah, that's what I deserve. Okay, this occupation is fucking destroying me though. The resistance is too much. I supported you the entire way through. Or not really. But I thought you were gonna win the entire way through, and then when you lose, you attack me instead. Despicable behavior. We created the most efficient military state, just to create the most inefficient government. We are geniuses indeed. There's going to be so much drug use. The new anarchist society. And so we have united America. Socialism finally achieved. The chains have finally broken. Anarchy in the US. And we become the Association of Free American Peoples. A liberated America. Does that mean we justify on Mexico and Canada? Oh. So I hadn't noticed. All my autonomous regions are gone. So I do have to core all of America. How am I supposed to do that, you might say? We will definitely not pay for the past. That's all my political power. I can afford it though. I have to do some more revolution progress focuses. I liberated America. 100 political power. Can we please get rid of my resistance now? This is going to be everyday life. I have realized that, but for now I want some compliance, please. So for one, we're obviously not embracing neutrality. We are making Canada the... How many states do we even have in this country now? The 1000th state. We've leaved off all the names, now it's just Operation Crimson. This should be a simple and straightforward war. My entire army is mechanized. I'm probably just gonna annex the naval command. I was not expecting to fight Puerto Rico, I thought I would just get it for free. Mexico is unfortunately still very split up. I appreciate the volunteers try now, but they're not really necessary. We've lost like 10 men who have slipped off a cliff or something. I can ask to join NATO and justify war goals. There seems to be nothing else left. The big stick policy. If only I could reintegrate Montana, but for some reason it just refuses to do it. So what happens for the Second European War? Who do I join? I'll attack Central America, of course. How am I fitting 70 divisions here? I'm impressed by myself. It will take me more than a year to continue constructing, and the only thing I get after that is to create my own faction. I don't think there's any more content, to be honest. But America is free.